The stakes for the gaming industry in Connecticut have never been higher, with the state generating a record $30.3 million in sports betting revenue in November 24 alone, according to the Connecticut Department of Consumer Protection. And now, State Representative Christopher Rosario hopes to help Connecticut cash in on what appears to be growing demand for legal gambling options.
Betting has become big business in the state of Connecticut, and if this takes off, literally, no pun intended, let's be there to capture some of that revenue.
State Representative Rosario asked the question, why not allow people flying in and out of Connecticut to gamble while up in the sky? This year, he introduced House Bill 6051, which, if passed, would make Connecticut the first state to legalize sports wagering on commercial planes.
This is something that was completely innovative and forward-thinking. I saw an article that DraftKings and Delta were looking at a partnership to offer in-flight sports betting. So right off the bat, I thought about it. I was literally in lobby waiting for my flight when I read the article, and I said, you know what? Why don't we do something in Connecticut to at least, I know we have a compact. Let's make sure that, if there is an opportunity to do so, that we collect some of the revenue.
Part of the plan laid out in the bill includes a public education benefit, with 1% of the in-flight gambling revenue supporting rural and urban public school districts across the state. But not everyone is behind the idea.
Sports betting on a plane, in flight, I can't think of much worse, because the combination of betting, alcohol, a confined space, perhaps sitting next to someone who is also gambling, is a recipe for disaster. And that's why it is banned now, and it should not be permitted by any state law.
Connecticut Senator Richard Blumenthal introduced the Safe Bet Act to establish federal standards for sports gambling and to make it less addictive. He worries that this bill would aid in the opposite.
While someone is on a plane, in flight, they are in essence a captive audience, particularly young people who may bet a lot more than they can afford because they are sitting there perhaps with nothing else to do.
The Connecticut measure is now off to the General Law Committee to be reviewed and debated.
It's a concept. I want to at least start the conversation and see how it goes about.